things go harder, stronger than Umaga. Brother, know the quiver, we go smack 'em like Undertaker. When the things go harder, we go stronger than Umaga. Yeah, oh, we go smack 'em Undertaker. Jale, oh, Jale, here we go again.
Welcome to the Cubicle Live on Ghana Talks Radio.
Oh, Jale, here we go again.
It's 32 minutes past 2 p.m. right here in Accra, Ghana.
Oh, Jale, here we go again.
It's time for the Cubicle with me, Lansa Haruna.
Jale, oh, Jale, here we go again. I don't believe in my hustle, but
We are live on Facebook and on YouTube at Ghana Talks Radio.
I want to build house for my mouth. I don't believe in my hustle, but man, they pray to my mouth. Say I
So
go
wherever you are tuning in across the globe,
Jale,
to say welcome to you.
here we go.
Today's edition of the Cubicle, where we have the conversations that are relevant to you.
Jale, oh, Jale, here we go again.
To your growth and development, and then how you can impact nations, or what the conversation
Open say,
surrounding the nation, or the growth of the nation.
Jale, oh, Jale, here we go.
Today we have a very, very hot topic to discuss, because the NDC and the MPP are behaving a little bit recklessly on the political scene in Ghana.
Stronger than Umaga.
We are here to provide some kind of insight into some of these particular developments
When
that
the
are still brewing up in the political scene or the political arena in Ghana.
we go smack 'em Undertaker.
You want to look at what this means,
Here we go again.
what are the potential impacts on Ghana itself as a country,
Jale,
but most importantly, how do we prevent any further deterioration of the political climate in Ghana?
Jale, oh, Jale.
We discuss this on the Cubicle right here live on Ghana Talks Radio with me, Lansa Haruna.
Oh, Jale, here we go again.
So NPP MP Bryan Acheampong, who also doubles as the Minister for Agri,
They are bread to Papa. Say
has been talking tough,
paper, I want to build house for my mouth.
has been beating his chest about the big men or the men that the MPP has, the ruling New Patriotic Party,
Build house for my mouth.
and these tantrums that he has been putting off
Oh, Jale,
has not sat well
again.
with the NDC minority or the NDC members as a whole.
Oh, Jale, here we go again.
And interestingly, this doesn't sit well with a lot of Ghanaians as well. But today, we're going to focus just on what Bryan Acheampong said.
So we feel it.
We are also going to look at what fellow members of the MPP have been saying,
We are
especially the General Secretary of the MPP,
better. Jale,
and then some party supporters or party communicators of the New Patriotic Party. And we also review some speeches or some bits from John Mahama, former president of the Republic of Ghana, and then Joseph Yamin, who is the national organizer of the NDC.
stronger than
We'll look at their statements and see whether or not this is good or these are good for Ghana's political development,
things go
for Ghana's democracy,
stronger than Umaga.
and the impact or the possible impact, the potential impact in the 2024 elections.
Oh, Jale, here we go again. Jale, oh, Jale.
On here, we do our best to give you the best of insight onto those particular developments and try to bring it as close to you as possible.
Here we
So wherever you are tuning in, I want to welcome you once again and urge you to stick and stay with me as I take this very, very short break.
Here we go again.
Then come back and we'll continue our discussion. Stick and stay with me. I will write back after the short break.
Every occasion demands the company of good music that fits the purpose. At GTR Sounds, We understand your need to create just the right atmosphere for your wedding or engagement, party, funeral, crusade, political campaign or rally, or just any other event, as well as executive and corporate functions. With our modern and high-quality spinning machines, mixers, microphones, and power amplifiers, binary speakers, and subs, we offer the highest of sound quality and music play at events and functions. At GTR Sounds, we have a team of seasoned and highly experienced sound engineers who understand just the right choice of music for your event. Locate our studios at Aponchi Hotel in Anya or call our numbers 054-8522-897 or 027-3363-973. You can also reach via our email sounds@ghanatalksradio.com. At GTR Sounds, we take care of your event.
Wait, what? What happened? And what did you do? Have you ever heard a story or a dilemma that had you wanting more? Have you ever been in a situation with no one to turn to? Well, come and talk to Nans. Join us for story time every 2 weeks. Story time is where we discuss your issues and give you advice with guest speakers. Look at it as your sister helping you out, giving you advice, and just having a good old conversation. So make sure you email us all of your issues and dilemmas now at storytime@ghanatalksradio.com. That's storytime@ghanatalksradio.com. Make sure you tune in. That's every 2 weeks. Every second Sunday on Ghana Talks Radio at 2 p.m. Listen back by visiting the podcast section on www.ghanatalksradio.com. We're waiting for you.
Yeah, nobody feeling that way I'm feeling tonight, yeah. And I have the hope that things will be alright, yeah. So we're feeling irate as we hustle all day long. We are hoping, say that one day things go better. Jale, oh, jale, here we go again.
So welcome back to the Cubicle Live on Ghana Talk Studio with me, Lance Harun. Like I said before the break, we'll be looking at what Bryan Acheampong has been saying, and then what the NDC or how the NDC has been responding. But most important, we also look at whether or not these are good for Ghana's democracy and Ghana's political development. Importantly, what we are saying is that the 2024 election is what the campaign towards the 2024 elections are picking up steam. It's almost within a few months. The NDC, or just next month, is it May? Yeah, the NDC will know who their flag bearer will be. In shortly just after that, the NPP will also gearing up to elect their flag bearer who would succeed the president if they win the elections in 2024. But before that, campaigns are ongoing, and these campaigns are leading to some kind of disturbances on the political scene and affecting the peace and stability, or potentially affecting the peace and stability of Ghana. Now, quite recently, there were a lot of brouhaha in Parliament, where the NDC suffered a massive defeat in trying to reject the ministerial nominees of President Nana Addo Akufo-Addo. We saw Bryan Acheampong, among others, including KT Hammond, Stephen Amwa and co, becoming ministers of state. So, fresh minister, Mr. Honorable Bryan Acheampong, had on a particular campaign trail platform, said some stuff in a very, very, very astonishing manner that a lot of political observers were like, bro, no, we have to talk about this thing. So if you look at the Ghana media landscape, the words of Bryan Acheampong has taken all over. It doesn't take over because it is famous, but because, surprisingly, it is being debated whether or not it was right for him to say those stuff or wrong for him to say them. Now, we all know that tensions are always present in any political campaign, especially when elections of such magnitude are coming or is drawing closer. So sometimes we have people sleeping and saying stuff they're not supposed to say. But the issue is that once people start to say things they're not supposed to say, and we don't nip it in the bud, what that happens is that it creates reaction from opponents, from opposition parties, or from opponents, and these reactions are not going to be mild and calm and very receptive and very warm. They're going to also be as harsh as possible to reiterate to go back at each other. And that particular interaction does not augur well for Ghana's peace, and especially Ghana's democracy, and especially Ghana's peace. Now, what at all has Bryan Acheampong been saying, and why has the NDC has not been able to take it in cool stride? Mind you, the NDC has called on the CID to arrest and investigate Honorable Bryan Acheampong for his comments. Also, the NDC have done they've issued a long statement, which I'll read later, condemning what Bryan Acheampong has said. And then Hanabisu also set up her own press conference to condemn or to react to what Bryan Acheampong has said. Now, the NPP, on the other hand, have been 100% behind Bryan Acheampong and his comment. Notably, the General Secretary of the NPP has said that no, the NPP is solidly behind and actually agrees with what Bryan Acheampong said. Also, the NPP went ahead to issue a statement in support and in condemnation of the statement of the NDC. Now, later in the show, I will read this comment or this statement, some bits of this statement by both parties. But like I said, these debates are actually surprising because of the context or the content of the remarks that have been flying around. Now, before we go to listen to what Bryan Acheampong said, we also want to be mindful of the fact that also in the NDC camp, a lot of things have been going on or have been said so far. Recently, an NDC youth organizer, Asawasi, was arrested because of comments he made about this killing at least 2 people in their constituency, which a lot of people condemned. Now, the former Vice President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, has also been chastised heavily for some of the comments that he has been making. We'll take a listen to what Bryan Acheampong's comments. We'll come back and then possibly listen to General Secretary of the NPP's comment. Then we can continue our show live here on the Cape Coast. Second thing, let's listen to what Bryan Acheampong said that has caused this trouble or these conversations right here.
Ukraine, Russia, war, COVID. Am I into to day? I call from. Am I opposition? Who is Argentino? Am I one day a day? I call through. I'm saying, this time say, yeah, possible to know. A Biden Shishaya Gukwemu, dollar every 17, about 10. Petrol every 17, about 9. And never in air confirm, economy no pajana holo. It is possible. It is possible. It is possible. Yeah, many this better. And I know my dream say, time will not near my work from no. Sad time no near to aba. I mean, check on my ball. Chasing region ball. Every June, July this year. I am a 4 about the soya singing. Yeah, to ye, I call ye a economy in a peja. Yeah, to ye, I call ye a dollar in a peja. Yeah, to ye, I call ye a fumu. Yami. Yeah, to ye, I call ye a baby channel. NDC, ebegu. Now, say, what did your margin say? What did the Patapa? Any question, assembly about the year 2024 now. The veterans say we have the band. The veterans say we have the band. We have the band. Say about NPP party, I about band we. See about the platform. So me and the power, I'm my NDC. Esida. A quite PI about 2024 election, no, MPP Bachelor Bemuno, never.
So yeah, they are such a very powerful, energetic, and passionate commentary from Honorable Bryan Acheampong, who is the Minister for Agric, Charlie, Ghana with day. So basically, what he was trying to say, he was campaigning to a group of an audience of MPP supporters. Looks like they were in the campaign trail, and what he was saying basically was that the economy has been battered because of COVID-19 and the Ukraine-Russia war. So this is the statement, this is the position of the government and of the MPP. So he was just reiterating that. And he said that because of that situation, it has caused a lot of hardship. And because and from as a result of that, the NDC has actually jammed on the bandwagon and insistently battering or tearing MPP apart, making it look as if the MPP have totally failed as a government. But according to him, that is far from the reality. Right? And he says that continuously, then to a point where he said that, I think that's where a lot of Ghanaians find very, very displeasing, that for the MPP to one day get up, be on any platform, and hand over power to the NDC, that day shall never come and will never come. That is according to Bryan Acheampong. And that if the NDC persists in in its quote-unquote hooliganism and rough or quote-unquote reckless statements, they will meet the MPP. They will meet the MPP as they want to meet them. Let's try to paraphrase, they will meet the MPP in ready for them. Now, this particular statement has been condemned by even the National Peace Council, or the National Peace Council has been calling for calm heads. But this particular statement has caused a lot of reaction both in the MPP and in the NDC. For me, this is as reckless as anything can be said on a campaign trail. This statement from the Bryan Acheampong is as reckless as anything that can be reckless on any campaign trail anywhere in the world. Now, why am I saying this? Before I even get to the reaction of the MPP, then to the NDC. The reason why I'm saying this is that the people of Ghana choose who will lead them. So even if the people of Ghana say that, oh, the MPP has failed, Portal, but decides to vote them for 20 years continuously, it's the people of Ghana who have decided to choose the MPP to lead them for 20 years continuously. It's not by the might of the MPP in terms of in terms of violent, his potential to be violent or radical than the NDC. Not at all. Also, if NDC or the people of Ghana vote the NDC in power, whether the next election or any other election, is the people of Ghana who have delivered that money to the NDC. And in both situations, none of the other party can say that I will not respect the verdict of Ghanaians. Interestingly, we are actually in the democratic dispensation where the 1992 constitution actually stipulates that where a party wins election or if a candidate wins the presidential election, there's supposed to be a smooth transition, right? Exchange of power from one to another without any involvement of violence, without any involvement of any military or radical measures. Is going to be as diplomatic as possible. And this, luckily for Ghana, this is not new for Ghana, because since 1992 we've seen handing over of power from NDC and MPP more than at least 4 times. So in 2000, 2001, the NDC handed over to the MPP. In 2008, 2009, the MPP handed over to the NDC. 2017, the MPP handed over to the NDC, and that's how it has happened so far in Ghana. So at least 3 times we've seen switch from both one party to another in Ghana, and all of them peacefully. So for someone in the caliber, or some of the caliber of Bryan Acheampong, should know that yes, whether you like or not, it is the people of Ghana who choose who to lead them. And whether you like or not, there is precedence that shows that in Ghana, if a party loses election, it steps down for another party to take over, or the party which won to take over. So for the statement that no matter what, by hook or crook, whatever possible that the NPP will do to not give power back to NDC, or will never give power back to NDC, means that in the event where the people of Ghana decide that the NDC should become the governing party, what means are you suggesting that the MPP will adopt to ensure that they will not hand over power to the MPP? And that's why a lot of people are condemning. And I also want to subscribe to that particular position. That no, you don't make those statements at all. You can say that you will never hand over, or you will never let the NDC defeat you in an election. That's what you can do. You can do whatever you want to do so that the NDC or the MPP, the NDC will not defeat you in an election. At least as far as it's legal, that is granted. So you can tout yourself as what? Well, you can win elections. The NDC cannot match you in numbers. The NDC cannot match you in organization strength, capacity, campaign, financial wherewithal to campaign and to woo voters or supporters. And because of that, you don't think that you will lose election in the near future. Very, very valid statement. No one will say. And people will say that, okay, yeah, you believe in yourself as a party, so you are willing, or you are capable of winning the next election. You are capable of breaking the 8. That is what. That is. There's no way anybody would chastise you or criticize you or call for your arrest, even in any father's imagination. So yes, that particular statement was as reckless as anything. Now, how does the MPP react to it, and how does the NDC react to that statement? We listen to the General Secretary of the MPP, who is more or less the CEO of the party, who is more or less the lieutenant of the party, and what he says, what the position of the party is. Then we'll come back and discuss more. But also, we can also listen to another party communicator of the MPP and what he said in relation to the comments made by Bryan Acheampong. Then we'll look at what NDC has been reacting, or how NDC has been reacting to that particular statement live on this show. So stick and stay. Let's listen to what they've been saying.
Men be on to trust man a langas and I say idea na modiba.
MPP party, more central for Kase. The BSYS, we have the men. So we have the men now, more can men I'm some work.
And in the phone you are being for.
Thank you. MPP a kaya party from Titinina, Obias MPP for you have the men. It is an honorable brand Kase, we have the men. Men now Ghana for munim. I wouldn't see what can do for, you mean dear for. Men now wouldn't say, who for, yeah, who could do for. Our man Penanado, Kumprok with dear any more demonstration, Yoko. Men now your warrior got to about 2,000, you are Pamela battles, 64 battalion for the 2 bonus, the Mijinaho. These are the men we are talking about.
You have the men be on to trust man a langas and I say idea na modiba.
MPP party, more central for Kase. The BSYS, we have the men. So we have the men now, more can men I'm some work.
And in the phone you are being for.
Thank you. MPP a kaya party from Titinina, Obias MPP for you have the men. It is an honorable brand Kase, we have the men. Men are Ghana for munim. I wouldn't see what can do for, you mean dear for. Men are munim say, yeah, who for, yeah, who could do for. Our man Penanado, Kumprok with dear any more demonstration, Yoko. Men now your warrior got to about 2,000, you are Pamela battles, 64 battalion for the 2 bonus, the Mijinaho. These are the men we are talking about.
You have the men be on to trust man a langas and I say.
Tell my Bryan Acheampong address you were with him.
Yes, he was there. I was there as a communication. My name is Director Richard Ahiagba, party penny for Yenani or Hobby.
What do you make of his comments? Sema or kind say yabe sumwa abe national discussion.
Well, it depends on the media may endorse your kind, party to endorse your kind. He endorse 100%. Obianka say your kind you cheer Janwana. You endorse. I'm stating it emphatically. Say you endorse your kind.
Say more. Tell my Bryan Acheampong address you were with him.
Yes, he was there. I was there as a communication. My name is Director Richard Ahiagba, party penny for Yenani or Hobby.
What do you make of his comments? Sema or kind say yabe sumwa abe national discussion.
Well, it depends on the media may endorse your kind, party to endorse your kind. He endorse 100%. Obi anka say the okaye no ye twi echi agya no ana. Ye endorse. I'm stating it emphatically. Say ye endorse the okaye.
Say more. Tell my year Bryan Acheampong address no you were with him.
Yes, he was there. I was there as a communication director, Richard Ahiagba, party penny for yin and hobby. Obia or
What do you make of his comments? Ni sema or kind say yabe sumwa be national discussion.
well, it depends on the media may endorse the kind, party to endorse the kind. He endorse 100%. Obianka say the okaye no ye twi echi agya no ana. Ye endorse. I'm stating it emphatically. Say you endorse the okaye.
Say more. Tell my year Bryan Acheampong address no you were with him.
So the NPP endorses what Bryan Acheampong said. Now, how is the this is according to what the General Secretary and just the recent speaker we're listening to, or one we're listening to right now. But how has the NDC been responding? They put out a press statement or press release that was on the 9th of April, saying that the NDC has taken notice of a statement made by Bryan Acheampong, MP for Abetifi and Minister for Food and Agric, to the effect that the ruling NPP government will never hand over power to the NDC. So in the very video at a rally to climate health work organized by the NPP party at Kwewu in the Eastern region, an event which was equally addressed by Vice President Mahmoud Baumia, the minister is on record to have assured his party supporters of the determination of the NPP to hold on to power no matter what. They say that these comments will demonstrate a patterned, well-rehearsed strategy of the NPP going through the 2024 elections. Continuously, they said that having plunged our country into an unprecedented economic crisis, one defined by spiral cost of living and complete insolvency, as seen in our debt default, it has become clear that NPP, has many threats coming from. It has become clear that the NPP has decided that having lost the support of the people of Ghana, the only option left to remain in power is to reduce the country into a banana republic by suppressing the will of the people. So according to the NDC, they are saying that yes, this is a well-rehearsed strategy by the NPP, and that because they feel that the NPP has lost the support of the people of Ghana, the only way they, as a party, the NPP as a party, can hold on to power is to what? Is to turn or reduce Ghana into a banana republic. What we all know about banana republic, there is no order in the banana republic. There's no rule. There's no order, rule of law in the banana republic. There's no constitution in a banana republic. There's always mayhem and there's no democracy in a banana republic. This is what the NDC had to say in their statement. Continues, they say, in favor of the above evil agenda, there has been a systematic bastardization of every single independent state under this NPP government. The once respected EC has recently witnessed a new low following the appointment of NPP members into the commission. All these, and then finally they said they urged the Ghana Police Service to act with dispatch, and in this matter, they record the alacrity with which it recently apprehended and charged the Swami Constituency Youth Organizer of the NDC. So they are basically saying that just as the police investigated or arrested the Swami NDC Youth Organizer, who was saying that they need to kill at least 2 people in the Swami for Mahama to win, they should do the same for what? For this particular MP of the NPP, Mr. Honorable Bryan Acheampong. This was signed by Fifi Fiaviquet, the General Secretary of the NDC. So what they're basically saying is that these comments by Bryan Acheampong forms part of the strategy of the NPP going into the 2024 election, because they feel that the NPP has lost the support of Ghanaians. So the only way they can win Ghana or they can hold on to power is what? Bring chaos. Now the NPP also reacted in their statement, saying that they said the NPP has cited a flippant statement signed by the NDC General Secretary on comments made by Bryan Acheampong whilst he was addressing some party members in the Eastern region. The NPP finds the NDC statement not only ill-founded, hypocritical, illogical, and baseless, but also one that lacks contextual substance for the consumption of the dissenting Ghanaians who are not oblivious to the modus operandi of the main opposition party in deliberately putting diabolic and mischievous slant to an otherwise what is that? Innocuous comments such as the comments made by the member of parliament in furtherance of the selfish political interests. Actually, all this doesn't. Someone say all this in here, like that's the onus of my discussion today. This back and forth by the parties, and these parties are the two biggest parties in Ghana. They are actually the only parties right now in parliament. Both the NDC, they are the only parties in parliament. There's no third party in parliament apart from NDC and the MPP. And they are the only parties that have also had political power since 1992. They control a lot in Ghana. They have a lot of agency, and they have a lot of resources combined as two political parties. Their hold on Ghana is they actually represent Ghana at this time. So what is happening is that these political parties cannot keep on going back and forth at each other in this manner. This is totally unacceptable. Now, before I even proceed, like I said, even the statement of the NDC mentioned how the police handled the case of the Swami youth organizer, who said that if there is a need for violence to occur in their constituency for Muhammad to win, they will create that violence. Right? Also, there are clips that I wanted to show to you that I'm not able to show right now because we had some delays. But voices of former President Muhammad, also especially his boots for boots utterances. All of these form part of the political rhetoric that is burning up in Ghana that we don't need at this time as a country. What I'm basically saying is that wherever there is this particular uprise in political conversations that are violent in nature, violent in direction, there is a need for all of us to come together and condemn any political rhetoric that can inspire or instigate violence or conflict, whether before or during or even after the 2024 elections. This is very, very important. This is very, very important that we all understand that the Ghana that we live in is a Ghana for us as the people of Ghana, not for the politicians, not for the parties. So what's happening is that, and there's one thing very, very interesting about this political violence that we must actually start talking about immediately. We are in 2023, and next year there will be the 2024 elections. What happens is that if these comments keep coming up and they are not held, or they are not easily or quickly quashed, or quickly they are not quickly quenched, what happens is that they build momentum. The momentum in these comments build up, and this momentum creates a lot of tension, and that tension can easily spill over into real and actual conflict and violence. So a party communicator can say that yes, we have the men, or we match them boot to boot, or they should try us and see, or they should resort to any violence and see what we can do. We are not the only people who can be violent. If they don't stop this kind of communication as political parties, what happens is that it becomes normalized. And when it becomes normalized, it creates a lot of tension. And that tension is not good for Ghana's democracy. It's not good for any democracy anywhere in the world. So we need to, as Ghanaians, rise up and say that, no, bro, you guys have been chopping our money for a long time. We are not saying anything. We just want to eat our food and lie down and sleep. Right? So please, in your pursuit of political power, be mindful of what you say, in a sense that do not say stuff that would inure wrongly or affect the peace of the country. Because your voices are not small voices. You actually have big platforms. You control a lot of masses. You have a lot of influence. So all political communications must be measured so that the peace of the country can be sustained. There's a very interesting proverb that I know what says that you can detect a hernia from the first day you see the testicles. So if you can see violence from what they are saying today, it means that violence is going to be created if these rhetorics are not stopped or do not cease. So if any institutions are out there, the Ghana Police Service, the National Peace Council, who can call political communicators to order to preserve the sanctity of the political landscape in terms of its communication and the governance of the country in terms of our democracy, then we all need to step up right now. The National House of Chiefs, the cleric in Ghana, they should, as quickly as possible, point to our political communicators, our brothers and sisters. The peace of Ghana doesn't belong to you as a political party. The power or the sovereignty of Ghana lies in its people, not a political party or a political personality. So there's no point in the lifetime of Ghana that Ghanaians will not be those to decide who will be their president or who will be the ruling government. So all political appointees, all political actors should have this at the back of their minds. This is a very, very common trait in Ghana politics, that anytime we're nearing elections, almost every time, we hear this kind of stuff. All die be die. Very, very infamous statement by the current president when he was still a candidate. Very, very infamous. They will now come to boot for boot by former president. So why should the big guys, why should the top men be saying stuff like this? Once you keep saying stuff like that, means that the younger ones or those on lower the pedestal are going to run amok with this, and we come to create the violence that we all don't want. So there's a need for responsibility or for responsible communication from political parties. It was simple. The NPP could really can actually just say that, hey, Bryan Acheampong actually slipped when he was finishing his statement or his remarks. He comes and acknowledges that, okay, this is it. This is what I said. This is what I meant. What you meant was that your party will do whatever it will take to win the election. As far as whatever it will take is legal, is within the confines of the constitution, your party will do that to win the election. Your party will improve the capacity to campaign, the capacity to get people more on board, so that you can win the election and then keep hanging on to power. It's as valid as any political party wants to say. But immediately you say that if there's no way you will hand over power, that doesn't mean that if Ghanaians vote for the NDC, you know hand over power to the NDC. And the NDC too, I don't understand, basically that particular statement will vote out. Even on social media, NDC profiles on social media are constantly, fanning this particular rhetoric that, we also can be very, very violent. So if you think you are violent, we are also violent. It doesn't augur well for Ghana's democracy. Mind you, when they are sharing the ex gracias, when they are chopping Ghana money, me and you know they get them at all. So if you think you are on social media and then you are taking 1,000 or 100 Ghana cedi a month or a week to post someone's profile picture of someone's picture on your profile, the person is taking hundreds millions of dollars, sharing among he and his colleagues, and you are taking 0.00002% of it. So you're not benefiting anyway from that thing. So let's be mindful of the kind of community that we have on our political space, and let's try to nip it in the bud. Let's call a spade a spade. If there are wrongs in their political communication, we must point it out and ensure that we preserve the peace of the country before, during, and after the 2024 election. Ghana is not just for 2024. Ghana is forever and for its people, and these people must decide whoever will be its president, whoever will form its government, not any other political party, but the people of Ghana. This has been the Keepco with me, Lansa Haruna. This is where I'll bring my show or to discussion to an end. I've been live here on Ghana Talk Show. You can catch up this show and all other shows by going to the catch up section on www.ghanatalksradio.com. Today is Wednesday at 8 p.m. We have DJ Trends coming with DJ Kobe Rich and Ohima Lillian. I've been held down here by DJ Kobe Rich, holding me with the production. Until tomorrow, coming with another edition of the Keepco 2:30 p.m. Stay and continue to enjoy our program. Bye bye.